Well, the West Australian coroner has handed down his findings into the Christmas Island shipwreck in 2010, in which dozens of asylum seekers were drowned. While praising the efforts of the Navy and local residents, he's criticised the lack of suitable rescue boats based on the island. Andrew O'Connor reports.
50 people died in the shipwreck, and for months the inquest has been probing the circumstances of the disaster. It heard graphic evidence of the heroism of Navy and Customs rescue crews and Christmas Island residents who tried to save those in the water. Despite some early doubts about the delays in the rescue response, the coroner concluded Navy and Customs acted as promptly and as efficiently as they could in the circumstances, and that they'd shown great courage and resourcefulness.
On the day, the men and women of HMAS Piri had a choice. They could put themselves at risk and save lives, or they could not put themselves at risk. At every step in the process, they put themselves at risk to save lives.
But beyond the harrowing account of the shipwreck and the extraordinary rescue that followed it, the coroner also explored deeper questions about how the disaster unfolded, whether more lives could have been saved and whether more could have been done to prevent it. The coroner dismissed claims by some asylum seekers detained on the island that they'd told authorities the doomed boat, now known as CIEV 221, was approaching. He also concluded that Border Protection Command had no forewarning of the boat's arrival, saying authorities had no direct information of the imminent arrival of a CIEV.
The Commonwealth's position all along has been everything that could have been done and more was done on that day. And I think the important thing is to remember that 42 people did survive incredible circumstances.
But Coroner Alastair Hope was highly critical that none of the island's own rescue boats could operate in bad weather, labelling it as unsatisfactory and unsafe. The coroner made a total of 14 recommendations, directed at improving the capability of authorities to both detect incoming asylum seeker boats and rapidly respond to any emergency. He recommended that Border Protection Command improve its surveillance around the island, particularly in bad weather, when Navy and Customs ships may have to shelter on one side of the island, limiting their radar coverage. And he recommended the federal government ensure suitable rescue boats and personnel are always available on the island itself.
I'm determined to make sure that we've got the equipment we need, whether it's vessels or whether it's equipment on land, to make sure that we do everything we possibly can to protect against a repeat of these events.
The Commonwealth says it's already adopted many of the recommendations of other reviews into the tragedy and will give the coroner's findings the same consideration. The coroner also released haunting images of CIEV 221's last minutes afloat and urged authorities to take every reasonable measure to ensure there's no repeat of this disaster. Andrew O'Connor, Late Line.